Hey, good morning if anybody's watching. I just started a live. It's 5:32 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And I'm looking at some of the pre-market movers to check out volatility. Right now I'm looking at this one really quickly. It doesn't look that good right now so far. It's got about a 52% move pre-market. It's called TRNR. Let's go to Market Watch or Market View, whatever it's called, Market Watch. And let's look at the volume. So I'm going to go to Market Watch. I'm in another window right now. I'm looking at TRNR. Supposedly it's got a history of toxic financing, ATMs, etc., dumping shares. So it's not a safe stock unless you're doing a really small position. And you know me, I like to make big moves. So let's see what we got. 35.2 million shares pre-market. That's pretty big. So that's pretty strong. Let's see why. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a screenshot of that. We'll copy this. Go back in here. I'm going to let ChatGPT know that there's 35 million in volume. And then I'm going to check. Now I go over to, well, first, I'm going to mark out my high, my pre-market high right now, the trend line. I'm going to do a horizontal ray. And let's do that. We'll call that that's the pre-market high of the day. Ding, ding, ding. So this way I can keep an eye on it while I'm researching the stock. Let's see. So, okay, but these are fives. I'll leave it at 5-minute candles. This one says TRNR pre-market. It's at 59 cents a share. It's up 45% pre-market. 4 hours volume is 35 million. 65-day average volume is 1.53 million. That volume number is extremely important. So let's figure out 35 million versus 1.5 means this is a real liquidity event. That's what we like. That's what we want. We want these liquidity events. Thing is, it's also an opportunity to move in big if it's going to make a move. So TRNR, let's see what TRNR is. So you can't just buy into these things because it might be delisted at 6 a.m. So pre-market. Looks like you got, where's the market cap? Market cap is $2 million at 60 cents. We'll call it 50. That would make it a $4 million float. TRNR signs a definitive agreement to acquire Argata, increasing 2026 former revenue guidance by 50 cents to more than $300. Okay, so how do I get this? So we're gonna try to catch an entry on this maybe because it's got a lot of volume. It's a very low float. Thing is, I gotta get some more info to chat GPT about this. I'm going to Yahoo Finance. Hopefully you guys can hear me today because yesterday you couldn't hear me, or 2 days ago. At Yahoo Finance, I'm gonna skip it. Just double check the news really quick. Make sure there's no horrifying news. Okay, make sure I'm in America because sometimes, yep, S&P, the VIX is at 20.36, which is not good. That means that that's pretty volatile. So, and everything's red right now. I'm not sure if that's pre-market or not, but TRNR. Looks like there's some bad news today for the market. 58.16. It's up 17 cents. Let's get all this stuff to. We're going to do Command A. Command C, go back over here, back into the chart, Command V. So what you guys don't see is that I just What I'm doing in the sidebar that you can't see is I have ChatGPT Atlas. This is Atlas, and Atlas is open, and I'm giving Atlas all this info. I'm dumping information about this company into chat, and it says, good, this Yahoo page gives us the missing piece. There is a catalyst. The top headline 21 hours ago, TRNR signed definitive agreement to acquire Agata, increasing 2026 pro forma revenue guidance. That explains 35 million pre-market volume at 45% spike. Now let's break this down properly. What this means structurally, this is a marketing and acquisition news, which is stronger than a vague shareholder letter. They're guiding higher revenue, which that increases. Now the risk side, look at the financials, market cap 2.5 million, enterprise value 48 million, revenue TTM, okay, net cash, net income negative 19 million, cash 845, debt to equity. So this is extremely distressed capital structure. Most likely what they're trying to warn me is that while it does look good and this may be a big move, they're certainly going to dump in millions and millions of shares into this strength. Important detail, market cap is 2 million, but enterprise value is 48 million, meaning heavy debt or structured financing. That is dangerous. So here's what you are trading: a tiny market cap company with almost no cash, high debt, and a history of legal disputes, announcing an acquisition and boosting revenue guidance that can create a real squeeze or equity raise into strength. Now back to your entry question. Current pre-market around 58 to 60, pre-market high was 60 to 64 area from your earlier chart. Here's the tactical view: 35 million volume versus 1.5 million average. Real acquisition headline: low float style behavior up 45%. Risk factors: 60 cents is a psychological resistance, already extended from 36. Pre-market low, company financially stressed, possible capital raise risk, open volatility in under 1 hour. This is a good entry right now, only if it reclaims and holds above pre-market high. Volume continues expanding if it does not lose VWAP. So it's just above the VWAP right now. Buying in the middle at 0.59 is not optimal risk to reward. Better setups: break of pre-market high with heavy tape, pull back to 52 or 55 and a bounce, which is happening right now. Worst entry, chasing mid-range before open. Now I'm going to ask you something more important. Are you trying to catch a multi-day momentum run or scalp the open volatility? Because if this is a one-day momentum squeeze, you could see 80 to $1 on hype. If this is a sell news event, it could be back under 45 by noon. I just told chat in and out in an hour or so. Good, you're scalping. That changes everything. I'm looking at your 5-minute live chart right now. Current structure from the screen. Prices, whatever, still above VWAP. Here's a clean read. You're in upper half pre-market range, but not breaking highs. That's not an edge entry for a 1 hour scalp. You'll need one of these. Breakout scalp entry. Enter only if it breaks and holds above 60 with strong tape. Okay. Target 65 to 70. Stop at that's a good point. I could just fucking crack this thing with a really big trade. VWAP pullback if it flushes towards set up to VWAP pullback. Targets by right now at 50.27. You're in the middle. That's where traders get chopped. Important detail: bid then one decent seller can knock this thing down fast. And we're in 50 minutes in from open, which means early longs may still lock in profit. Liquidity will shift. Market makers widen spreads. If you enter here, you're gambling on a random drift. The scalp move is here is patient for a 1 hour trade. Highest probability play. Wait for either a break of 61 or a pullback to 56. We already just saw the pullback, and there goes. It just broke 60. If it breaks 61 clean with volume, I would scalp long. If it loses 57 in momentum, right now is wait. It just broke 60. And if you look at the screen now, please let me know what you think and whether I should get in pre-market now. And maybe I'll stay in for a few hours today and see where this thing goes. Or what should I do? I'm going to look into the SEC files now. So that's what I'm going to do, guys. I just asked chat to take care of that. I got my pre-market high marked out at 64 cents. And I'm going to go look at at SEC, Edgar page real quick. Boom. And that's TRNR. So, and this is how I day trade, TRNR. So it's like the most dangerous way to day trade. It's like you're going after like really, really big volatile moves. I'm on the wrong website. Come on. I gotta turn the heat off too. Edgar. Okay. TRNR. There it is. Interactive strings. I have no idea what it is. 13F. Okay. So the last filed. What the hell? This doesn't make any sense. Something's wrong here. 38 results filed 2008. Come on, man. 2015 was the last. All right, I'm gonna have to. This is what you gotta have Atlas. You gotta have ChatGPT Atlas. Come on, that SEC. I'm gonna. I don't know if I can share this with you, but this kind of freaks me out, so I should share it with you guys. Share. I'm going to switch to. Oh wait, that's not what I wanted to do. I'm going to close this for a second, and I'm going to switch so you guys can see what I'm doing. And I'm going to switch to Edgar. Here's Edgar, and I'm going to ask. I don't understand. I'm looking up this company TRNR. Here it is on the Edgar SEC site. And the latest file looks like on this page is 2015. It doesn't make any sense to me. Please tell me why. What am I looking at here? Am I on the wrong page? I'm trying to look up the latest filings and figure out what I have to worry in terms of financing 8Ks, 10Ks, 10Qs, 10Ks. Please help me find all these documents, especially the latest ones. I'm going to grab a cup of coffee while it does that. All right, what is it saying? You're on Edgar, not the company's filing page. Oh, I'm on a full text search. Right now, you just search for TR. Okay, so I'm on the wrong page. Okay. Edgar landing page. Go. Here it is. Search. TRNR thing. This is it. Interactive strength, February 11th, 8K. So we're going to pull that 8K. And hopefully it's not super long. It's not. All right, here's a bunch of stuff. So we're going to find out and see what I'm doing. Command C. And then you can dump it in here, over here, and go back to our chart. So I'm back in the chart now. We're going to jump back into the chart. Whoops, what did I do? Okay, so we're back onto trading view. Okay, so this is still like a 40% move right now. So we might be able to catch up. What I'm trying to do is catch a whale of a move. That's what I do. I get up early, you pray, you trade, and you repeat. And you try to do it safely. So here's the 8K. I just gave it the 8K. So like I said, so you're watching the chart here. And the sidebar, you got to use ChatGPT Atlas because it has a sidebar where you can just do shit. You can even take over your screen if you tell it to set up, things. Okay, so you found the real risk. This is structured toxic financing. Let's break it down clearly. What happened? Investor exercised incremental warrants to purchase senior secured convertible notes on February 5th and 9th. They issued $558,000 note, $131,000 note, total about $700,000 new principal. In exchange, the investor received 681,000 shares, 161,000 warrant shares. So lots of warrants. Total about 841,000 warrant shares. Now the dangerous part, because notes are convertible at base conversion of 45 cents, but there is an alternative conversion formula tied to VWAP with a floor of cents. That's key. This means if price drops, conversion price adjusts lower based on recent VWAP. Subject to floor, that creates dilution pressure on weakness. This is classic convertible note VWAP. That is structurally toxic. This is structurally toxic financing behavior. So I don't like these. Now, how does that affect your scalp right now? Important notes: the conversion price 45, current pre-market price around 59. They are already well above conversion level. That means investor has incentive to convert into strength and sell into liquidity. So you don't really want to make this move, especially with a $2 million float, because those big sales are gonna fucking tank the price. Alternative conversion uses lower VWAP of the last 10 days with discount mechanics. If this fades, dilution accelerates. Alternative conversion uses lowest VWAP of 10 days. So we can find out what that is in a second. Okay. Going through that cold. Changing my turning the AC on a little bit because I'm getting hot. So this is a great example. Good morning, everybody. Of how to look up a possible day trade and then bail on it completely. So after reading this, I'm not going to take a position, even though it's still up. Like, if you look at it's up like 40% pre-market, but it's super dangerous. Lots of toxic financing, even for a little low float like this. This is kind of one of those stocks that, from optics, if you zoom out and you look at all of the, like I did, the SEC files, the pre-market volume, you correlate all this stuff. Right now, it's 48 million in volume pre-market. It's at 57 cents. It's got a 40% move, right? So these are tough, man. These are really tough because they're hard to read. But once you know, you know. So I'm going to back out of this, and I'm not going to take this trade. Back over here. Let's see what else this is. That was the current 8K was on February 11th. Today's February 19th. All they have is 8Ks, 8Ks. They have, here's a 424 B5. So that's usually the ATM. Yeah, here it is. It's up to 2,600,000 in common stock. So we're going to take this, and then I'm going to bail on the stock. So what I mean by that is, so here's your equity raise. So you have a little bit of a move here, right? And you can keep your eye on it into the pre-market, but most likely is going to happen is what happens on stocks like this. And what happens like stocks like, IXHL as well. Stocks like that happened to us. You'll see like a decent move might happen today. And then what's going to happen is you're going to have all these people, what am I doing? That are going to sell into the strength. And then on top of that, you're going to get this. Just a second. Here's the charts going down. You're going to get this Command V. It's taking a minute to process all that. Okay, it looks like a ATM, a huge ATM. I don't know why this is not. Maybe this is too much info. Okay. So I spent a lot of my pre-market hunt on this, and where's this thing? And I may not get a mover because I'm most likely not going to take this trade today, and because there's too much toxic financing. But it is a very low float. Okay. What happened? Okay, here it is. Come on, man. I hate that when it stalls on me. All right, go. Paying $60 a month for my ChatGPT. It can't stall, especially not when I'm doing this. I'm looking at your 5-minute chart, current numbers on the screen. 56 cents. Da, 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 da. Why, dude? I'm giving you a file to read. Are you okay? Sometimes you just got to start a new chat window because it just keeps repeating from a previous prompt. ChatGPT needs to really do. They said something about how they weren't happy with NVIDIA server chips, and I understand why. Okay, here's a summary of the prospective supplement for interactive strength from January 26th. May offer and sell up to 2,608,000 of its common stock, basically 100% of its common stock through the at-the-market offering, meaning shares can be sold from time to time at prevailing market rates. The offering is by H.C. Wainwright, 3% commission. As of January 20th, the company stated its aggregate public float was 12 million based on shares outstanding and the recent trading price. TNR eligible for the ATM offering. TNR also disclosed that the prior 12 months sold about 1 million securities, reverse stock splits. The supplement notes that all share figures and per share amounts have been adjusted for 2 reverse stock split in 2024 and 1 for 10 in June. They did one in June. They did a 1 for 10 in June. You have stock. This is a dangerous move. I mean, you could catch a mover. But the thing is, they have the ability to just dump 2.6 million in common stock. Given all the information you know about this and the way it's trading today, 40% move from 20 to whatever it's at, 56 cents right now. Is this worth day trading with a tight stop? It looks like the float is the same amount as the ATM. First, the structure moved from 20 cents to 56 cents is about 180% move. A 40% intraday push inside that type of expansion phase tells you this is a momentum driven, not from a fundamental price session. That means volatility is real, spreads can widen, and the liquidity can disappear fast. Well, keeping in mind that they did report this. We're going to give the whole article to chat because they're not very good. Come on, man. What does this say? TRNR signs a definitive agreement to acquire Ergata, increasing 2026 pro forma revenue guidance by 50%, more than 30 million. So that might be a big move. Let's see. Where's this thing? Where's my chart? TRNR. Here it is. Bing. So let's see what chat thinks about this big headline. Interactive Strength has signed a definitive agreement to acquire Ergata, a connected fitness company. This transaction is expected to increase TNR's pro forma revenue by 50% to 30 million. Driven by Ergata's to bring more than 10 million revenue. Turning cash flow, close the deal. It's not for connected fitness content and subscription offerings adding brand technology. Do you think we should look for another stock to trade, or should I trade this stock today? Question mark. So I still haven't decided on this thing. A company that signed the initial $7 million purchase, Harmer, which has 800,000 warrants to purchase TNR, so 125 exercise TNR revenue for launch. The company has. Like the strategy of this new parent company has been buying stuff based on the results about 60 months of committed use. Somebody's typing. Google analyst price targets $15. DCX 115 could be, what is this? I don't know. This is not screaming to me that I should. I just don't, like Warren Buffett says, if you don't understand a company, don't do it. So I got a pre-market high marked out on that thing. And then, let's look at some other bangers. Ding, ding, ding. So we have this marked out here at 64 cents. I want to see at least half of that before I'm interested in it again. Right now it's trading at 50 cents. God, so look at that. We'll go back to pre-market movers. You said you want a big mover, a clean catalyst, no toxic financing, in and out trade, possibly pre-market risk entry, quick quality filter, high risk, likely toxic, dilution prone. Are all these? Wow. TRNR, JZ, XN, BOXL. Most of these are sub $2 small floats, frequent reverse splits, history shelf offerings, China exposed. Middle tier speculative, Ruby and SIEV. Ruby's up 1.67, 74% right now. Let's look at that. Let's take a look. What is Ruby? RUBI. Give me everything you know about it, and let me know if I can trade it. So we're going to take a look at Ruby. It's got 38 million in volume being traded. Market cap is, where's the market cap? It's up $1.65 pre-market. What is happening? What is Rubico? What is this company? Rubico. Holy smokes, that's a big move. This thing is making a move. So here we have RUBI. It's a marine shipping industrial company. Rubico focuses on tanker vessels, transporting business. The company is headquartered in Majuro, Marshall Islands. Operates independently at the Top Ship Inc. I have no idea what that even means. Rubio Inc. announces a reverse stock split 9 days ago. Great. Why would they do that? Let's see. Okay. Athens, Greece. They're from Athens, Greece. And see. Let's get a chart going on TradingView. Ruby, RUBI, Rubico Inc. Lunch chart. Okay, big move happening here. There it is. KNV, there it is there. What do you got? Just officially announced a 1-for-7.8 reverse stock split effective February 12th at mortgage. What happened? Every 7.8 shares you own become 1 share. Trading continues under the ticker Ruby. No action required if shares are held with the broker. So this is like a reverse stock split that happened. This is why you got to look at this stuff, man. Because by the looks of it, it's like it's a it looks great, right? And then you do a little bit of research before you make a sporadic entry, and you find out that there was a reverse stock split just took place, and this is most likely a I don't know. Let's see. Share impact. Current outstanding shares of 3,979,000, which means it's a low float. Post-split shares are 510,000. That's a massive reduction in float. So they 500,000 shares less. Fractional shares. No fractional shares will exist if you would have whatever. Increases here. This is strong implies are at risk of falling below the $100. So these can just gap down, but reverse splits are typical compliance maneuver, short-term cosmetic fix, not inherently bullish. What it means. Real questions are: do they need capital? And TRNR, that's still at 55. It's now 6 o'clock, so we got to find one soon. TRNR not happening. Ruby 224. Let's mark out the pre-market high here. Ruby. Go to my live stream. I'll let you guys take a look. Stop sharing there. Share. Ruby. So here's Ruby. Ruby is a shipping company out of Greece. It looks like they just did a reverse stock split recently, about 10 days ago or 9 days ago. Quick math: if you own 7,800 shares at 50 cents after the split, you would own 1,000 shares at $303.90. Same total value at the moment of the conversion. If you consider trading this, I can break this down. Likely short term. Yeah, I'm considered day trading the volatility here. It's got 30, 40 million in volume. Let's see. Actually, it has pre-market 40.8 million in volume before hours. There's the market opens in 27 minutes. What do you think? Where's Ruby? Ruby. Okay, guys, where are you? Let me go over here. That's not what I wanted to do. Okay, we have to close that window and do it again. Am I still live streaming Ruby? Nope, Ruby disappeared. Okay, so Ruby. I don't know. It likes Ruby though. Let's see what kind of financing it has. Well, we know what kind of financing it has. It has a reverse stock split. Okay. Is there toxic financing? Can I trade this? What do you think about this stock? It's got $40 million, 40 something million pre-market volume. How big is the float right now? And is this a good day trade to take? Let me know what to do, what you think. Is it a good company? It looks like a shipping company out of Greece. Those are always terrible. This does not look like the greatest setup, but don't lie to me. Tell me if this is something that I can get in, get out, and take a lot of money off the table. So I don't like either of these. So TRNR and Ruby are the ones that I've chosen today to research. And so far it's 6:05 a.m. and I'm not even close to taking a trade on either one of them. Ruby's trading around 3.78 pre-market volume, showing heavy activity. Reverse split just hit. Oh, is it today? Was the reverse split? Maybe that's why. They stated pre-split shares worth 3.9 million after 1 for 78. Extremely full. If the number is accurate, no data. You're dealing with sub 1 million share float. That explains the violent pre-market. Now let's bring it. Is there tax fine from what we know? And the pre-market did not reach authorized shares explicitly. Come on. Okay, you should immediately check 10Q, any S1 shelf. All right, so I'm going to check all this stuff on Ruby. Put that away. Go to Edgar. Oh yeah, let me share Ruby with you so you know what I'm talking about. So Ruby announced a reverse stock split. Here he is. You guys look at this while I details. I'm not sure when that. Oh, as of February 10th, the company had 300 on February 12th under the existing trading symbol Ruby. Okay, so this is 7.18 for reverse stock. So there's going to be a lot of shorts in this. This is probably not a good idea to trade. So we're going to go to Edgar. I'm going to look at Ruby. We're going to go to search. I'm going to double check financing before we jump in. Move. Okay, 13G A scheduled. 13G. Oh God, 6K. It's a foreign company. You got to deal with these 6Ks. Oh my God, this is like. Look at all these 424s. This is like, or just looking at this file right here. If you guys are, if I'm sharing the screen with you, or anything, let me see. Yeah, just looking at this screen is just tells me do not trade. This is the do not trade. But that said, I'm going to copy it to the clipboard, go back to the chart over here. I'll move you guys over here and to look at it, but I'm most likely not taking this trade either because where's Ruby? Share. I'm going to put all that in there. Oh, no. All right. Multiple F1 and F1A filings, F1 editions, dozens of 424B3 prospectus supplements, continuous 6K filings, effect notices, registration effective patterns classic, registration effectiveness, resale prospectus, more prospectus, add more shares, amend registration. That's structured capital markets financing. Is it toxic? We cannot confirm without reading the specific F1 terms, but structurally heavy 424B3 usage, frequent equals active share distribution. This is not a clean balance sheet story. This is a financing machine. Translation dilution risk is very real. Let's talk float. Post reverse split. Outstanding shares were 510. However, they have active resale registrations effective. That means additional shares may be registered for resale, freely tradable, able to hit the market into strength. The float could expand quickly if those shares are unlocked being sold. Right now, structure float is tiny. Just doesn't, this is dead. I'm not even going to trade Ruby. We're going to say goodbye to Ruby. You're trading other shows, capital, this, okay. I'm going to say goodbye to Ruby. Ruby, goodbye. We just said goodbye to Ruby. We'll leave that tab open, and we're going to go over here to our movers. Let's see what else, Ruby. Let me do this pre-market Ruby rely. Let's look at the next one. This one's 21. So we don't really have much of a big. These movers aren't big. TNR is like some gym company, up 37% with tons of volume. Ruby's a monster. It's like just did a reverse split. We're not going to trade that. JZXN Holdings, 152 a share. It's up 27 cents. That's a pretty big move. Boxel realize up to almost $3. Planet Image International is up 18 cents. Planet DGNX is up 20 cents. I like this DGNX. Let's check DGNX. We're going to check on DGNX on TradingView. TradingView.com DGNX. And then, at the same time, so I'm checking out all these movers, basically doing all this research on these stocks. And so far, this is my third one now. And I'm launching a chart on. I'll show it to you guys. Here it is, live streaming. Share this one. Let's take a look at it. So it's trading right now way below the VWAP. It went all the way up to a pre-market high of $1. So with that tells me, I don't know anything about this stock, but it might go back up to that $1. So we want this. This may be like a great entry. So we're gonna figure that out though in a second. Let's figure out if this is a good company. What company is this? DGNX, and give me everything I need to know about it. Shares outstanding, as much information as you can. Short interest. Is there a current catalyst? I'll look up the pre-market volume now for you. I want to day trade it, get in, buy a few thousand shares, and see if we can catch a 50% move. I'll possibly do it now or on market open if you think it's worth it. If it's, I'll give you all the information now. So I just talked to Atlas because I have Atlas open. So you can't see it. You're looking at my chart, but I have Atlas open in the same window. ChatGPT Atlas. Highly recommend. It gives you an ability to, this is the edge that we finally have on trading. So I'm back at the SEC Gov. I go to Edgar search. I'm gonna look up DGNX. This is the best way to figure out if anything crazy is happening. I look up DGNX. It's another foreign company. It's listed, it's on the NASDAQ. And you have all these, you know, when you see 6K, 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 S8, you're like, oh God, securities to be offered to employees and employees. Oh my God. So this looks like another foreign, not so good. Let's see. Copy to clipboard. I'll copy that to the clipboard. So it looks like February 9th, there was a 6K. So I will put that. Here's our chart. I'm going to dump it in here. DigiNex Limited is ESG reporting, sustainability data, digital blockchain, infrastructure, small cap, historically trades in momentum bursts rather than a steady institutional accumulation, tends to move on news, hyper thin liquidity, not a stable large cap. It trades like a volatility vehicle. Shared at roughly in the tens of millions range, historically around 20 million to 40 million, though you must confirm the most recent 10Q or 20F because these companies dilute frequently. Public float typically lower than total shares outstanding due to insider ownership. Yeah, it's diving. It's already down like 10 cents. Let me give it this. So I'm going to ask it basically what I should, good. This filing history tells us a lot about the structure. You're looking at DigiNex, a foreign private issuer, which explains the 6K and 20F filings. Let's break it down. Capital structure, red flags, multiple F1, F1A filings, multiple effect notices, 424s, S8s, post-effective. This tells the company has been raising capital, registering shares, If you get the clean number you would need to, okay, so you need, it tells you I need the 20F or the 20FA. So I'm going to go back to Edgar, get the 20FA. Here it is. I'm gonna try, hopefully, oh Jesus, it's so long. Let me see if I can read this. Copy. Here it is. I'm putting the 20FA into the same chart. Hopefully we're on that chart. Yep, we're on DGNX or whatever. You guys can't even see it because my live thing is in front. But yeah, the stock that we're looking at now is DGNX. DGNX made a big move pre-market from like 88 to $1, and now it's going back down, and it's below the VWAP. But I want to see if it's going to make another move. I tried to open the actual 20FA filing, but it did not load it. It looks like a server response. However, I can still give you a verified share count and float information based on multiple financial data sources. It's a Hong Kong, Cayman Island-based digital finance services and ESG. Oh my God, that's terrible. Latest data, 183 million shares. That's crazy. Historical float. I could not pull a current float number directly because the website didn't load. Oh God, I'm out of this one. So this one's gone. So right now we've got two of them we don't like. So we're looking at TR and R. We don't really like this one either. So these so far we're not hitting anything. Let me refresh my screener and see if anything else is on here so far. So sometimes you do that. You get up and you spend hours on this and you get nothing. You know, if you want to trade large caps, you have like DoorDash is up 8%, $15 a share. John Deere is up $35 today. eBay's up, $5 a share. SMCI is up $1.18 a share. Ecom Group which is all right. So I'm going to go back to NASDAQ on the pre-market stock screen now. What am I doing? Pre-market and NASDAQ. And let's see what we got. Yeah, Ruby, TNR, NR, AGA, Allied Sports. What is this? Allied Sports, AGAE. Let's take a look at this. This is up 9 cents. This is up 30%. AGAE. Let's see what this is. AGAE. Let's take a look at it. Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to trade TRNR, so we're going to lose that one. But we're going to look for AGNE. Oh, look, the sun's coming up. AGNE. TradeReview.com. AGNE. And that's not even there. That's weird. AGNE, is it the one? Did I get it wrong? AGAE. 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 We're going to try AGAE. Okay, here's a little movement here. It looks like it was trading down there at 30 cents. It's now at 40 cents. And it had a pre-market high of 46. This looks a little more, this looks like a lot of fun. Looks like you want to, you know, if you can find something that's like this, it might be some fun to trade if you catch a big move or a catalyst. So we're going to mark out the horizontal ray. We got a pre-market high of 46.58. Bing, that's done. You can see where the trade. Oh, here, let me share this with you. It's AGAE. It's up right now. I see it is today. AGAE is up 30% move. It's up 9 cents a share. And let's do some research. Let's find out what AGAE is. Back to Edgar, SEC search. Remember, I haven't taken a single trade yet because I don't like the setups of these companies. So it's not just about jumping into stocks and just making trades. Because look, I would have got destroyed on most of these. Everything that I've researched this morning, if I took a trade, I would have got destroyed on any of them. So February 4th, 8K. Here's an 8K. What is the 8K? I don't know. Hey, come on, man. Dude, give me. All right. Sometimes this Edgar SEC company thing. Come on, move. Here we go. You got to move fast. You got to move fast. The market's going to be open in 10 minutes. Come on, AGAE, right? It's an Atlas. You're looking at the chart. I'm pasting SEC files into Atlas on the sidebar that you can't see. It's on that part of the screen. Okay, it just said what this 8K means. Allied Gaming held a special meeting. Shareholders voted on a one issue related to the company's rights agreement, often called a poison pill. What shareholders approved? They approved the board's determination that Knight Pastures LLC and Roy Choi, together with Naomi Choi and Ting Tong Tu, and others, formed a group. That group becomes an acquiring person under the February 9th rights agreement. The status triggered the poison pill. The trigger was not accidental. The vote passed decisively. This is okay. This dude, I don't have time for this. I don't have time for this. Explain it like a 5-year-old. The market's going to be open in 10 minutes. Is this a good company or not? Yeah, and you can see the chart. It's dumping. All right, 5-year-old version. Imagine a playground. There's a toy. That toy is Allied Gaming. A group of kids start grabbing a lot of the toy. The teacher did not like how fast they were grabbing it, so the teacher turned on a rule that says if anyone grabs too much of this toy, everyone else gets extra toys, so that kid cannot take over. That rule is called a poison pill. The shareholders voted and said, yes, teacher, we agree. The group grabbed too much, the rule says. That is what this case says. The filing does not talk about revenue, profits, cash. It only talks about control fight. It's terrible. Price around 38. No, this is not a safe blue chip. This is done. What is this company? What is this company? What does it do? Is it Chinese? Is it a Chinese company? Question mark. So far, this is like train wreck. So Give me quickly because the market's about to open. I'm about to leave on this one as well. This is not a pullback. This is just like a fake out. What is Gaming? It's a small esports and entertainment company. They own and operate esports arenas. Are they Chinese? No, they're headquartered in Delaware and headquartered in New York. However, they have a Chinese investor connected in the path to Choi family, and related entities have Asian business ties. That is likely why you're sensing China angle, but it's legally a U.S. company listed in NASDAQ. Is it a good business? It's a very small company, history of losses, low liquidity, stock under $1, control fight happening right now. Okay. It looks like a train wreck. You need to believe in esports, man. Yeah. I really don't care about that. Let me double check market watch. I'm going to see if how much volume is here on this stock. AGAE, go. It's got 30 million in volume, and let's see, 30 million in volume. I don't even know how many shares outstanding there are, though. And here's the Edgar page. A DFE 14A, definitive proxy statements on January 9th. AK, pre-14A, 10Q quarterly report. I'm going to try to see if I can get, no, can't do that. I can't open these. Oh, here's all the numbers on this company, whatever this company is, e-commerce game company, whatever. So today's a wash, guys. So far, I'm not taking a trade on any of this shit. Command C, and bing. Here's our chart. Looks like you got a green little doji there. Okay, so market's about to open. Here's Fast Truth. This company is allied. Tiny esports company. They run gaming arenas and tournaments. That's the business. What the numbers say right now. Market cap's 11.5 million. Shares outstanding 37. Low float. Public float 12 million. EPS negative. None. Down 69%. 52-week high 379. Wow. $3.79 a share. Current 40 cents. That's a severe long-term downtrend. Is the Chinese? Now it's a U.S. company. However, there are legal battles involved in negative pastures prior to arguing Chinese jurisdictions. It's like the confusion now. Why is it exploding pre-market? This is a squeezer. This is a squeezer news driven. Short interest is 5.4% of the float. Float is only 12 million. This thing can move violently because the float's tiny. It's a good company. Financially, it's losing money, revenue issues, last quarter, litigation, governance fight, not a stable, healthy growth. There's a high risk. It's tradable, yes, as a momentum scout, not as a safe investment. Your decision in the next 5 minutes should depend on this. If it opens at above 40 cents with volume and holds VWAP, momentum traders will chase. If it fails 40 and loses 35 fast, this can unwind violently. It's a lottery ticket, not a quality company. Be honest with yourself. You're trying to invest or catch a volatility spike. Volatility spike. So chat likes it a little bit for a day trade, but I don't really. So far, I mean, anything that has some kind of Chinese involvement and battles between people. Pre-market highs 40 cents. Current. Okay. No, the pre-market highs, you got that wrong. The pre-market high, it wicked up to 0.4658. Answer the question. Okay, great. Okay, here's some more information for you, chat. I just put in the 10Q or something. I don't know. And it's too long. Oh, God. Let's see if this works. Revenue shrinking, net loss for 9 months is 15 million. Last year, same period, 9.7. Losses are getting worse. Operating and massive compared to This is dead. I'm not trading this. I don't care. Goodbye. So that's 3 stocks that we looked at and 3 stocks we didn't take a trade on this morning. So that's where we're at. It's an hour and the market's about to open right now. So I don't think there's anything else to say, but some days you just don't take trades. Today's one of them. All right. Have a good day, guys. Bye.